Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins and three crazy rescue dogs, who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to be an ASL interpreter, and is trying to train for Ironman. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and really right now, as you will find out, I could use both. If you're returning, welcome back. Let me start off by saying that, first of all, yes, I know I'm late. I'm sorry. You guys will learn exactly why, and hopefully you'll understand. Um, it has been a very long week already. So, best thing I can do is say, grab your cup of coffee, your drink of choice, or whatever, and let's go for it. So, I am signing one-handed right now. My dogs are awake. Um, Signing one-handed. The sign of the week, we'll talk about this in a second. The sign of the week is man, because I can do this one-handed. So you're going to put your hand up like this. You're going to tap your forehead once, and then tap your chest. So man. If you want to do woman, you're going to hit your chin and your chest. So man, woman. So there you go. There are two signs this week. Okay. So I normally film either late Sunday night or Monday in post. However, this last weekend, as you all know, I went to Indiana with my son. It actually was a great time. I got some much needed mental break and some rest. But on the way home, I was driving George and up 75, doing about 75, 80 miles an hour, speed limit 70. So little speed, whatever. A car decided to come over essentially was going to come over into me. I swerved to miss and kind of swerved a little hard. Jeep steering is different than a normal car. It's a little more touchy. And I had also, just before we left, had the tires all rotated and rebalanced and things like that, as well as an oil change. So I swerved, and then in a panic, knowing that I swerved too hard away from her, tried to compensate and overcorrected. I lost control of George and ended up, there's big cement barricades between 75 going north and south. We hit the barricade doing about 75 to 80 miles an hour. I actually thought I had rolled George or had flown over the barricade. We did not. We did hit the barricade and spun around twice, from what we understand, from what my son remembers, and what some witnesses have stopped and helped us and told us. The car that moved over into me stopped for a little while. As soon as she heard that the police were on their way, she left and she fled. We got sent to receiving in Detroit, which is a level 1 trauma center. The care, though, was not anywhere to the level that I am used to. And as you all know, for those of you who have been with me for a while, I'm a frequent flyer at hospitals, just because of things and whatnot. What we do know as of right now is that I have a break in my arm right about in here. Right now it's lining up perfectly to heal and not need surgery. The original cast at that receiving casted me on, they actually casted the EKG lead into the cat, in there. I went to my orthopedic surgeon on Monday. On Monday? I think it was Monday. I think I went on Monday. Today is Wednesday. Everything is just sort of, because we've also started a new semester's worth of classes. And so it has just been, um, so I think we did go out on, we did. I went on Monday and I got my choices of colors. I will get my choice again the next time around. As long as it continues to heal the way it is, I won't need surgery, but I will be in a cast for 6 weeks. My orthopedic surgeon has decided that I'm not allowed to train right now. I can't ride my bike, can't run. He said walking is okay. I asked him, Bear Lake is October 8th. And he looked at me like, are you insane? To which my friend replied, yes, she is nuts. Let's just put that out there. And I was like, dude, seriously? I actually asked him if I could have a waterproof cast so that I could go swimming. And he's like, yeah, no, 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 no. Although I don't know how I would swim like this. Would totally throw things off. He said that essentially what I can do is the day of Bear Lake, I can go out there and see what I can do, but that I'm not allowed to train leading up to it beyond just walking. Here's the problem. I had to go get x-rays today. They weren't done in the ER to check to see if my ribs on my side are broke or dislocated. I can hardly breathe some days. Like this morning, I woke up and I couldn't move hardly because the pain was so intense. And I always tell people when you're in a doctor situation, what's your pain level? And you see 0 to 10. And like even in the ER on Sunday, they were like, is it a 10? And I was like, oh no, I saved those. Like I've been through too much. Like I save my 10s. If I tell you it's 10, like, no. I said, are we inching towards it? Yes. I can honestly tell you that this morning I was above a 10 as far as pain level. So I saw my regular GP. He did order the x-rays. We're waiting on the results. He's going to treat me kind of as if they are. But, pain-wise, like pain med-wise, kind of limited with allergies and things that I can take and still be functioning. And then we went to yoga class. He had yoga today. The teacher is very understanding, and she's like, just do what you can. And if you hurt, then don't do it. Absolutely, that's not what we're here for. She is going to show us how to modify a lot of things to accommodate for everything. So I'm very grateful. Two of my ASL classes are voiced, so I don't have to sign. My one class, there will be some signing, and everybody's been very patient as far as me signing one-handed. It's good practice, I guess. It's very frustrating. Yeah. George is essentially total. So I sent it to my one friend, and he called me, and he basically said, had you not told me that you were okay and what was going on before I saw that picture, he's like, I would have thought I would be attending your funeral. And I have a friend who practices auto injury. That's his primary focus of his law firm. And he's very good at it. And he looked at the pictures and he's like, I can't explain how you even got out of that Jeep walking, let alone are still alive. He's like, I can't explain but for the grace of God. And yeah. And so as much as I want to be really upset, because I love my Jeep. You guys know I love my Jeep. I mean, that's George. George is my baby. Even if we can't fix George, and I've come to the realization that the chances that we'll be. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to piece these together. I don't know why my computer all of a sudden stopped my camera, but okay. So hopefully, like, yeah. So I've come to the conclusion, and in talking with John, the likelihood that we're going to be able to rebuild George is pretty slim. It's essentially slim and none. And if we can't, we'll piece him out. We'll part him out. He's still got a lot of parts that are in really great shape that will bring in, some money. And then we'll shop for a new Jeep. I think once a Jeep girl, always a Jeep girl is what John has said. Because I've gone through this over the last couple of days where, it's part of my intro. Your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins. Well, now I'm not driving a Jeep, so it just sucks. I think had I been driving anything else, I likely would not be in as good a shape as I am right now. So that is why I'm late. Then we got home. So we got home and we found out that a dear friend of mine, her husband has cystic fibrosis, and he was born that way. That you're born with it. He had gone through a lung transplant. He had some complications, and was healing, but not like they had called hospice on him over the weekend, and he passed away Monday night. And I am just devastated for her. It's been a really long week. I'm sorry, guys. I try to be transparent with you all, but I also try to be a happy person. So it's been really hard. I don't have the money right now to replace George with everything. So I'm very grateful that we have Bertha. I'm gonna have to invest a little bit of money to get Bertha. Bertha needs new tires and some other things. So hopefully, she'll be up and running sometime next week. And that will kind of bide us some time to get together some extra funding. For a new George. I don't know what the new George's name will be. That Jeep will tell me his name just like George told me his name. So yeah, so it's been a long week. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we need good news. We need good news. So we did have, overall, we had a really great time. I got to visit 2 stitchy shops while in Indianapolis. And then I also got to go to Riverview Stitching, which is owned by RETM, who does the Gobbleton couples. And what an adorable little shop. It is not super, super big. I will say her daughter is now dyeing fabrics. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely stunning. And I did buy a piece. So we do have some haul. One of the things that my brain can't function with, and this is gonna sound it's totally a me issue. It's totally a me issue. So she has like this bookshelf. Sorry, it hurts. And I've been trying to stay up on pain meds, but my ribs hurt. Okay. So she has like these cubbies, and in them are patterns. I know she has patterns on spinners and racks too. But a large section of them, and they're either alphabetical, but some designers like Blackbird have their own little cubby. Here's the thing, and I think I don't know if it's just a me issue. I don't shop like that. Like, I don't remember necessarily. I don't go into a shop, go, oh yeah, I need a Lizzie Kate. That's not how I shop. I shop like I want to be able to see them all easily. And go, okay, like that's kind of like the Christmas section, or that's beach, or like that's summer. Like that's kind of how I shop. Not that I need to be buying anything, because I really don't. Because one of the things I did while I was in Indianapolis was sat down by memory. By memory, I did this, and what was on my computer, and in patterns that I have like PDFs of, y'all, and then again, what I could remember that was on my shelves that I want to stitch, and there are over 300. No, I take that back. Right now I'm at 265. So clearly I do not need to be buying more patterns. I don't. But yeah. Welcome to my world. But again, I shop based on a sample that I see. Like, oh, look at that sample. And I'm like, yes, please. I would like that one. So it was a little hard for me to shop there. I had my son. We saw a couple of things. I did buy, in fact, it's sitting right here so I can reach it. I bought the fabric that I am going to stitch One Nation. One Nation by, I don't know who the heck it is because it's in my cabinet as I'm moving around stuff. But it's the one where it's the stars, but then the stripes are the 50 states. Janet Jabber stitched it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I have and watching her stitch it made me buy the pattern. But I wasn't like, is it on my radar to stitch? Yes. Did I need to stitch it tomorrow, start it tomorrow? No. No. Did I really need to buy the fabric for it now? No. But guess what I did? I bought the fabric for it because somehow my heart has been pulling me to stitch this. Why? I don't know. This is not showing up at all. Well, let's see. It's kind of more of a grassy green, it's more army olivey green than what is showing up on there. Let's see. Maybe if I do this. That's pretty close. It's still a little bit more olivey green or army green. But then I got to thinking, like, it's just a gorgeous sheet. And it is a, yeah, it's a, yeah, It's called words are hard, y'all. Words are hard. My brain hurts. It's called Cauldron Spill. And for me, it's a 28 count linen. It is stunning. So now what I want to do, because I am me, and I thought what would be really cool to do is to dye my own floss, but not using RIT dye. I want to use like natural dyes, like flowers or whatever, to dye the deep blue and the red. So I have been doing some research on that. So then I was thinking, well, maybe that's something that I should offer in my Etsy shop, because that would be like really cool if I could get like a range of naturally dyed white, well, it wouldn't be white, but naturally dyed cotton floss. So I may do that, but I'm for sure going to be doing some more research to finding the pigments and what I need to dye the fabric or dye the floss for those. Okay. I did, y'all bear with me, like my table just, because everything just got dumped. George isn't back from the impound lot. He should be delivered anytime now, so that we can kind of look at the frame, and that's really kind of what's going to dictate a lot of things for him. Um, so, okay, so while I was there in Indianapolis, and yes, on the way home, we did stop in Uranus, Indiana, and I did buy fudge in Uranus, Indiana. And I just think it's absolutely hysterical. And have I tasted the fudge? No, but I'm kind of a fudge snob because anybody who has lived in Michigan knows we have Mackinac Island fudge, and we are very picky about our fudge here in Michigan. Okay, so while I was there, I went to Riverview Stitching, and it actually was their anniversary birthday sale weekend. I did not buy a pattern there, which I did not buy a cross stitch pattern while it was there. What I did do is buy some really cool pom-pom and jumbo rick-rack that I'm going to play with some dies on. Then I bought, one of my favorite quilt designers is Art to Heart. It's Nancy Halverson. I have tons of her books, and in fact, one of them I have twice, so stay tuned. We will have giveaways at some point, not today though. So I bought this. How cute is that? That sheep is just to die for. So I have that. I bought that. So you all know I like gnomes. Who doesn't love a good gnome? Who would not want a gnome hot pad? Yeah. So I picked up that. Then I went over to Persnickety Stitches. And I saw this and I was like, yes, please. I need that. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Y'all need to hold. We're going to have to do this in 3 parts because, yeah. Okay. Welcome back. Or maybe it's, I don't know. So got all that stuff. Oh, while I was at Riverview, I also picked up some fabric for my science girl. I don't know. I picked up a yard each. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with it. Because the yard isn't like, it's not like I can make her pajama pants with it or anything. So I don't quite know what I'm going to make out of it for her. They may just be really cool pillowcases. I don't know. Okay. So a couple other things. Huge shout out, and I apologize because this should have been done a while ago. If you all remember, I was searching for the guinea pig fabric from Joann's. That YouTube video was not even up 24 hours, and Lily's mama sent me a message and said, I have it. I ordered it for you. My aunt's gonna go and pick it up, and she, yeah. So I did pay her. Like, I bought it from her, and I cannot thank you enough. Like, seriously. She said I have 3 yards of it now, so I can make bean pajama pants or a cute little like flannel dress. I don't know. It's super cute, and then I can use the little piece that I had to make a cute project bag, and then maybe I'll move my science guinea pig over. The other thing is that somebody suggested these lovely things, and they actually suggested one similar, but these were super cheap. They were like on Amazon. I got 90 of them for like less than $6, but they're little key rings, and that piece of paper, you like take off the ring and then the paper slides out. There's a piece of clear over it too, but you can reuse them and replace them. So I may need to order more, but we're not because I'm down quite a few because I've been labeling my project bags. But it's amazing because they're all the same. I mean, they're different colors. They're assorted colors, but it does help my brain. I don't have much longer before we have to take the kids to class together. So, okay. So, I did get Rosina Dizery. She is, hello. Thank you, Denise. Like, seriously, I love this. I cannot wait. She's gorgeous. She is going to look so amazing on my, it's by Black Cauldron Dye Works, and it's called Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is not as bright as you would think it is, but it's this beautiful blue. I did get all of the DMCs. So legitimately, I could start Rosina Dizery now. Because, yeah. But she doesn't have a bag of honor yet. We'll get her one. It's not going to be guinea pigs because that's not appropriate. But we'll get her one. The other thing that I found, and of course I had to buy 2 skeins of it because I'm me. Yo, Joann's has glow-in-the-dark yarn. I might need to, I don't know. I might need to like make a black sweater with like glow-in-the-dark ghost on it. Or I bought the pattern to make the black sweater with Ruth Bader Ginsburg's collar. Maybe the collar needs to be glow-in-the-dark. I don't know. Or maybe I just need to knit socks with it. I don't know. But I bought 2 skeins because that's how I roll. I did actually do stitching this last, and I can still stitch. It's a little more difficult, and I have to take more breaks. So let's see what we worked on. So it was up against the clock with Jessie didn't call the numbers till I was already away, and I did not. I picked a number to grab, and it is not the square she called. But that's okay because mine are yearly goals and I don't have to necessarily work in the same order. They will all get covered. So, okay, so what is this in this bag? Yes, that's a great question. Oh, let's look at our lovely tag. See, it makes it so much easier. This is the Kay and Dennis picture. I did work a little bit. Again, 50 Shades of Orange. That is the background wall. Maybe one day I'll get to people. It's not going to happen today. Let's see. It does not have its own wax yet because I have not decided what scent wax it needs. I haven't decided. I did not work on Magic. I think I did work on Magic Study since the last time you saw it. It's over here. I still owe it several days for August. That's okay, even though today is the last day of August. My days will go into September or October or November or December. It's okay. It's okay. Because, yeah. Okay, so this is Rosie. Rosie is the truck that we are now putting Hillbilly Candle Company on the side. This is the picture that I am stitching of her. I love Rosie. I love watching the progress of having her restored has been. She brings me much joy, almost as much joy as George does. So I am stitching this on 20 count Ada. I didn't even know that there was such a thing up until I found this. So that's how far along we have gotten. We are making progress. It's slow. That is really small holes. And I'm stitching 2 over 1 and it's getting tight. It is tight in some of those sections. But we're doing it. And in that, from Hillbilly Candle Company, is Peach Brandy Wax. So good. I love now that like I have enough stitched that the wax scents my whole bag, so when I open it up, it's like, ooh, I love that. Okay. In here is my Stephanie bag, which I know is not by Stephanie, but I got it from Stephanie, so it makes it my Stephanie bag. And it's Summertime by Primrose Cottage Stitching. It is stitched on my Nicole fabric, which is not by Nicole, but Nicole got it for me and gifted it to me and then showed me how to stitch on linen, which makes me happy. It's actually Fortnite Fabrics, and it's called, I don't know, what is it called? Sea Glass. It is called Sea Glass. I actually made some really good progress on there. We got in the A, N, and the, well, it's supposed to be an O, but it's a lemon. I got in the 3 little arrows. We're cruising along. Made some great progress on that. I got into a groove the other day working on it when we were in Indy and just kept going with it. And that's okay. Let's see what else. We're nearing the bottom of my stack. Yes, we have questions. We're going to go in just a few. I'm almost done. Where's, okay, I see it. Okay, so in this one is my Under the Sea Sal. I am behind, whatever, but not really, because kind of, but not really. So I'm using Sun Your Buns, so kind of tropical, coconutty, see. The drop dropped right before we left, so I did print it off. It's that lovely border. It is a cool border. Honestly, it's a really cool border. I did start to stitch my person. I am going to convert that so that it looks like my son. So I made his little goggles and his fins more of the, like a green. But he doesn't have a head yet. Whatever. One day. Okay. We're almost done. I only have one more to show you. This one I have been giving, so what I did is, and then I'll show you what are my 2 whip goal pulls for September. I grabbed randomly and I thought, okay, one of the numbers that hadn't been called is, let me grab my board really fast, is number 4. And for me, that's my oldest whip. I don't know that this is necessarily my oldest whip because, like I said before, I've stitched a bunch, I started a bunch of things all at the same time. But this is for the oldest person I know that I'm stitching something for. So it counts. That's how I'm working that. That would be Marine Corps emblem. Hello? Seriously? Is that not gorgeous? And so I have worked, out of the 10 days slated, I've worked 7 of them already, including this morning. So I only have to have 3 more days on that for that square to be done, even though it's not called. So then the square will be done, even though it's not called. So when it's called, then I'll be ahead. And that will be when I get to catch up. Okay. So this, for September, stitch box 3 and 22 were called. So for me, 3 is Plant Love from what used to be Stitch Life magazine. And her name is Penelope, and she's a picture that was drawn by Chirp and Whimsy, Angie King from Chirp and Whimsy. Dana then converted it into a cross stitch. It was a stitchy box that I was grateful enough to get. The colors are so pretty, and it came with a cute little heart floss drops and whatnot. But they're so pretty. So this is slated for 10 days. I would like to hope that in the 10 days I can actually get it finished. This is where we're starting from. So we'll see. I stitch a little bit slower right now than I normally would, but all progress is good progress. The other one for me that got called is housed in this bag. And that is by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's the Zimmerman coverlet. So pretty. I have not decided if I'm going to actually do all 3, like repeats, or if I'm just going to do 1 and call it done. I haven't decided. But that's slated for 10 days as well. I think that if I just do 1 repeat, I have a good shot at getting the 1 repeat done in the 10 days. So we'll see. but that's our starting point. So that is all the stitching and all the stitching plans. My semester has started. It's a little crazy already, but I have great classmates, and they will help me get through. The only other thing that I got but did not show you yet is I got movie theater butter popcorn sewing wax. So good. I also got a bottle of their new room linen spray and some more wax melts. So cannot wait to use that. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna let you go because I have to take the two Wonder Twins to class. Thankfully it's only an hour and a half long class, and it's like it's less than 2 hour class. Yeah, I am. Yeah. If you want to see pictures of my baby, it's on Instagram. I'm Hits Princess Kelly. You can always reach out to me too if you need anything. Hopefully I will figure out how to piece these 3 parts together. Otherwise I'll be refilming this and you'll never see this part. But wouldn't it be a miracle if I could figure out how to splice them all together? Stay tuned. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Otherwise, love you guys. We'll see you next week. Feel free to reach out and let me know if there's something I can help you with. And we'll go from there. Bye all.